Hi, I'm Katie with Joyful Forklift, and this is the backstory. We thought it could be important and helpful to share a little bit about the background and the intention behind Joyful Forklift, sort of our mission statement. So I'm very happy to introduce to you my husband and co-founder of Joyful Forklift, Mike, who will be interviewing me. We'll be talking a lot about what this is all about. So thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, fun to join you. You want to kick us off and start share a little bit about what created this idea for you and led you down the path of creating this project?
Yeah, I would love that. So, like everybody, I'm always wondering what I'm going to be when I grow up. Done a lot of things for sure. But a while ago, I was definitely trying to take stock a little bit of a cataloging of what I have done. And if there is a thread that flows through everything to help me get sort of a vision of what I'm supposed to do or what I do. And the biggest, most consistent theme in everything that I've sought out and everything that I have loved doing in my life is joy. It really is like creating experiences of joy through music, through performance, through teaching and coaching, creative experiences, and definitely in relationships. That word just keeps coming up for me. And there was a night, one of those sleepless nights months ago where it just felt like I love talking to people. I believe there's wisdom in people. Maybe we could learn about joy in this way. And another source of inspiration at that time, I was reading a book by Jane Goodall. And I just love that Jane followed her gut. She wanted to learn about animals. She loved animals. She wanted to study them and observe them. And she did what she could to just start doing that without, how do I put this? Without obsessing about not being smart enough, ready enough, researched enough. She just wanted to research it on her own. And in reading that book, I kept thinking, why couldn't I research joy by talking to people about joy? And what should hold me back from trying that, So that was, thank you, Jane. It just felt like such a gift to give myself permission to try and follow this thread in a more directed way.
Yeah. And I know it's a meaningful path for you and for us, right? To talk to people and start to explore this. But I know, why do you think it's valuable for someone on the outside, right? To watch these conversations, watch these interviews, go along that journey with us?
Yeah. It's such an important question because why would we do this if I didn't believe it was valuable, right? I think what I have noticed over time in doing certain projects like big concerts and whatever, is when joy is present in those places and when joy is present in relationships, it is expansive. It expands outside and beyond the thing you thought you were doing. It is contagious. And so when I started thinking about, okay, can I do this? I'm not a podcast, I'm not an interviewer, but can I do it? I started researching people who have researched joy, which sadly there actually isn't a lot of research on joy. But of the research that exists, there is a finding that when you just ask people to talk about memories or experiences that elicit joy, something happens. That person is able to evoke that emotion like that. they can feel it. And then the best part is the interviewer starts feeling it too. And they weren't there. They don't know this person's backstory. The empathy of watching somebody experience joy is really powerful within us. So it's spreadable. It's viral. And that is really interesting to me. So if it's possible to understand joy by asking people about joy and then create joy through asking people about joy, we can learn more about what it is. And I suspect we can discover that it's a really important human, and I would say also animal, experience of life that has some really important elements in it that create a grounded, contented, beautiful way of living. And as we've just had a few interviews, that has become pretty clear. It's important. I'm not sure our culture values it. I'm not sure our culture understands it. So that's why I want to look at this, and I'm hoping that people watching this are curious too.
Yeah. And from the small handful we've done, I can attest that as the person behind the camera listening to it, it has been this, a pleasant surprise at how much joy it kind of evokes in me from very different people who are, different than me and what they've done in their life or their values or whatever it is. But it's still been powerful to experience them tapping into their own joy and how they get there and experience it as an observer.
Totally.
Right?
I mean, you guys don't know this, but once we're done interviewing, a person or a couple people, we're driving home and I'm like, oh my God, like that was amazing. And I start quoting these people who are not researchers. They are not academics necessarily, but they have something that I now have learned and I take into my life and my relationships, and they offered that to us. So it is definitely real.
Yeah.
It's real.
And it sure feels like an aspect of being a human that very few people could argue against it being helpful, right? Across all belief structures or life experiences, whatever it is.
Totally.
Who's going to say that, increasing the joy you experience in your life is harmful or not helpful, right?
Yeah. And I definitely think it's important, in this mission statement video to discriminate between joy and happiness. Mm-hmm. That is, obviously we keep using the word joy. We're not using the word happiness. And I think the reason it's so powerful is joy has something to do with the most basic, fundamental parts of life that matter, that make life meaningful. And people will say, if you watch these interviews, that their joy has helped them find resilience through really horrible, difficult times, traumas. They're not saying happiness has, they're saying joy has. There's a distinction there. And so I have found that the reason it crosses all of these boundaries and barriers in our human structures of like religion and culture and political realm, whatever, is because it is all about the things that matter the most, right? So it's about relationship, it seems like. It's about noticing the present moment. It's about feeling love even when you might be experiencing loss, like focusing on the gift of love in a moment of loss, right? And it's about also noticing what doesn't matter. Joy seems to help you focus on like the crucial things for a beautiful life. And the stuff that isn't crucial seems to be blurry for people. I think that's so important. And there's so much to learn there.
Yeah.
So.
Totally agree. Yeah. Do you want to tell the story of how you came up with the name Joyful Forklift?
Oh yeah, it's the origin story is so deep and well thought out. But I used to teach mindfulness courses in a government and corporate setting. So I created this curriculum, and I would go in and I'd be in these like offices with all these people, and it was like an 8-week program, and it a little bit, into the program, I had this brilliant idea of asking everybody to really think about the different ways they identify in different areas of their life. And as they like look at all these things, to come up with some sort of, mission statement about themselves, or some short phrase that reflects their values, so that they could hold that close in life. This is who I am. This is what I want to be. And that all sounds really smart and great, very corporate, let's be honest. But at one point, this group of maybe like 20 people are working, they're journaling. And then this woman wisely looks up in the middle of the silence and looks at me and says, "Hey, Katie, like, what's your mission statement? This is hard." And I stopped and laughed, and in my head, like, oh my God, I'm asking them to do this, and I have never come up with my own mission statement. Like, such a crucial rookie mistake. Like, no, this is very wise. I've never done it. But I'm so glad she did, because I kind of got like deer in the headlights nervous. And the first thing that fell out of my mouth without thinking was, well, I think of myself as a joyful forklift. And it saved me in the moment, right? But then time goes by, and I have to write bios for, performance books and programs or whatever I'm doing. And I keep putting, I think of myself as a joyful forklift into the bio, because I think it's kind of funny and cute or whatever. And now I feel like it's actually the perfect title for this. I don't think it's me. I think it's joy. And I think it's the joy of connecting to people and listening to what they have to offer. And that is the forklift that lifts us up and reminds us who we really are and how we can find connection and love each other. So I love that happened, and I'm embarrassed at the same time that it wasn't this deep, thoughtful thing, but maybe that's how things are in life, maybe just this pressure created something really meaningful for me. So I think joy is the forklift. I hope that the content on this channel is the forklift. I want to be a forklift for people in my life. Like, it works on so many levels. So I am very grateful to that woman in my class for the pressure to answer.
Yeah, it's such a funny story, and it's beautiful. Very, very true of you as I watch you through life, always creating joy in people or allowing it to come out. And I know I'm as guilty as anyone at focusing too much on the negative or the scary or whatever. And I think it has an impact over time, and trying to encourage myself and through this project is a great way to, hey, balance that out with something that lifts our energy, right? Like joy, or a tool, and what a powerful thing to remind myself of frequently.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it makes me want to tell a quick story because I so agree with you. I think we are tempted into the script of everything's bad, everything's hard, everything's falling apart, everybody's messed up. And that's really easy. That's super easy to feel. And I actually think it's addicting to feel. When we were younger, we had like our first serious house, and the backyard was covered in weeds. And I am not a gardening person. Like, this thing is barely alive. But looking in the backyard, like, well, how do we get rid of all these weeds? It's so embarrassing. Our backyard's awful. It's like a desert. And we go to a garden place just randomly and ask for some help. And this younger woman, wise, sage woman, listening to me complain about all the weeds. I pull them, they grow back. What do we do? And she said to me, well, I think you should grow what you want to grow. plant what you want to grow instead of try to remove what you don't. And it was like, what? Like, that is such beautiful wisdom. And I feel like joy is potentially something we could do exactly that with. Like, we can spend a lot of energy being afraid and judging other people as potentially harmful or scary. But if you focus on joy, what happens when you communicate with other people is you can meet on a level that is productive and creative and really beautiful and meaningful. And you walk away, I love that I'm saying this out loud, believing in the goodness of humanity, because that wavelength is really powerful. So I want to grow joy because I like it better than anything else.
And I like how I think within that, there's no requirement to look at myself with self-judgment that I am paying attention to some of the things that are scary or traumatic or whatever. It's not about judging ourselves for that. It's about, hey, plant something else in our focus, like joy, and that'll take root, right?
Yes.
And shift, right?
Yes, totally. Yeah. Totally. Because I mean, I hope you, the audience, will see this, that all of these people and we are flawed, normal, like regular people struggling and judging ourselves and other people. It's a natural and celebrated experience in this culture and in our human nature. But joy seems to come out of non-judgment. Most of these people we talk to, all of them actually, seem to have a radical honesty about who they are. And a lot of them are like, warts and all, this is me. And that is refreshing and important, because if we're hiding, the shameful parts of ourselves, it's so hard to experience joy.
Yeah.
I think joy is about accepting and about like being in a balanced state with a loving relationship with yourself. And I can feel that around these people. So yeah, like I really think it releases the need to judge yourself and other people. It makes you, what's the right word? Imbalance. Like the seesaw is like this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Anything else you want to share about the project and as we're in these early stages?
Yeah, I mean, part of this is a creative process for us. We want to be as authentic and, quirky as we are in real life on this project, because I think that matters, to show up really honestly. So that being said, like, I think it's really important to notice in the world moments that can bring you joy, and they're all over the place. So one thing I thought was really important to include were just random videos that we take with our phones, and they're not, professional at all. You will see of creatures or trees that we encounter. And the reminder is that like stillness and presence and joy are everywhere. If you look in the tiniest thing, it doesn't need to be this whole project and curriculum to try to work to find it. I find that the more you invest in joy, the easier it is to experience, the more abundant it is, right? It doesn't take as much work. So I want to make sure that I offer those moments up. Just we notice it. Like my favorite video is the slug eating a leaf video. I think it's hilarious and it just drew me in. And I would love to encourage you guys to do the same. Like go and notice something really, really small and just sit with it and find pleasure in that,
Yeah.
That's all.
Love it. It seems like a great place to leave it. So
cool.
Yeah. Thanks for chatting about this.
Yeah, thanks for being on camera. I mean it. Like, I really appreciate it. And I'm just so grateful for how you make this possible. And to do this project with you is a total treat. So I thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you at the Joyful Forklift website or on Spotify or YouTube. And thanks.